Welcome back to MCOC Bundy Rules. I got the Black Widow Deadly Origins tutorial for you today. However, before we get into the actual how to use her, let's look at some highlights, a little bit of clips from some different videos that I took with her. We saw some ROL, some LOL. We'll see a bunch of different things in here. I'll just do some random content where I can kind of get a little play for her, get a little clips, and then show you what she's got and how to bring it, how to use her the most effectively, and some tips and tricks along the way. But of course, I like to start off breaking down each of her abilities, which we're going to get to as soon as these few highlights are done, and we're going to get rocking and rolling. Here we see some failed items. We see a lot of shock damage going on, failing some defensive abilities, smashing through, and then of course always gotta love some nice damage going in there. With all this being shown, let us get into our tutorial, starting off with some bread and butter of her, the Widow's Insight. A little bit too. To start off, she can get up to 50 stacks. What she does is, whenever the opponent is dashing forward or recovering from a heavy special or combo ending attack, you see that timer up to the red hourglass. You want to hit immediately after that, taking advantage of when he's most vulnerable on those attacks. It refreshes its duration when successfully landing hits, and it's not affected by ability accuracy. We also seen her attacks energy damage, the physical. Their shock debuffs, each hit has a 40% chance to inflict shock damage. However, when it's active, you will see that there's a 60% increase. 60 plus 40 means 100% chance when Insight is active to get those shocks. Medium hits reduce defensive ability by 70%. And heavy attacks, 100% chance to inflict stun debuff for 1.75 seconds. Meaning when you take advantage and do a heavy, we just saw do a heavy on Red Hulk after his heavy counter heavy, gives that stun. So we're going to see more. Then we see our counter attack. This is when you are able to, this is good on Falter champs for the miss. You see the Falter up there? I'm going to purposely, while Falter is up, do a hit so that I did a miss. That evade comes up, and then I'm going to let him do a basic attack on me. Be careful not to do it while they have a special up, because it will not evade the special. It will evade the special attacks. Watch again. I purposely went in, caused to get a miss, and I am going to punish him from that. Once again, we're going to look up top. Okay, so the Falter is up now. While the Falter is up, I purposely went in, missed. I just dashed back, kind of chilled. I left my block up. I let him try to hit me without blocking, and that allows for that. We'll see again right there too. We can also get this evade after the S1. I'll show some more on the special one in a little bit, but after the S1, you see that green evade. Again, I'll get in there. I will let her to launch the basic attack. Be sure, again, remember, does not evade the special, so it's most safest to do when they have no bars of power. I try to bait out the specials before I do this technique. Again, we see that evade. I will drop and let her go ahead, because that gives some damage and it does a stun. Now we got special attacks. The last hit inflicts a shock debuff for 13 seconds, and then the special, you get the passive evade for 6 seconds, 100% chance to evade any basic attack. After triggering the evade, the effect is removed. It will not trigger while blocking. So again, when you have that active with that S1, just wait for the green to come up, and then you will just drop your block, assuming they cannot hit you with the special, preferably bait it out. You see the evade. I'm just going to wait for her to hit me, and there we go. We got that evade, and we smackety-dab-do there. We going again here now against the Yondu. We see that S1 and punish it. Let's go to the S2 now. It can get some good damage here, but there's ways to build it up stronger. You get the shock damage when striking shocked opponents. So you want to do the S2 while they're shocked. If Widow's Insight is active, all hits reduce defensive ability accuracy by 70%. So better yet, if you can launch the S2 while shocked and while Widow's Insight, then it can help reduce that defensive accuracy, which is especially helpful against those champs that have a lot of defensive abilities. If not, then might not well as be needed, but we will see some good damage that comes between the DOTs, between the actual hits. Let's get into the S3. This is also a good part of a rotation. I'll be showing the Sabotage debuff for 16 seconds when opponent's defensive abilities fails to trigger. So we get the Sabotage. I'll show some more about Sabotage on Awaken ability. Every 5 stacks, lasting, give a special attack rate passive cruelty. by 440 for 30 seconds. Windows Insight is reset to 0, meaning you want as many of these insights active, preferably 50. At every 5 allows 1 cruelty, means you see the 10, because 10 times 5, whatever, is going to equal 10. So we got the 50 insights when we do the S3 at 5 each. That is going to equal 10 cruelty, which you're going to need a lot more critical fun going on. Now we have our signature ability. Sabotage debuffs, increasing the damage done. So I showed Sabotage in S3 going to get more damage here based on Awaken ability. It scales with Sig. Increase the duration of Sabotage debuffs by 40. So you'll see that little red little dude, broken looking thing. So longer and landing hits while Widow's Insight is active. Pauses Sabotage debuffs for half a second. So the Awaken ability isn't technically mandatory, but you can get a lot more bang for your buff on those Sabotage. Every time you get the Sabotage from an S3 or from doing the Awaken, those other ways that we have showed throughout here, you can get some more damage. You see that damage just kind of ticking away from that Sabotage right there. Let's look at the Synergies family reunion. She starts the fight with her passive evade active until triggered. So you got something tough coming up. That could be a nice little fight at the beginning, especially if the power, especially in different circumstances. Remember me, each time Black Widow strikes with Windows Insight, she gains 2% of bar power. Make it a little bit easier to gain power faster. Remember in Budapest, reduce potency of incoming bleed by 10%. It goes up to another 10% for 20% if Ronin or Hawkeye is KO'd. Covert expertise. We will see these champs right here, Captain America, Iron Man, Falcon, and Black Panther. They can actually get Windows Insight, and the combo with Windows Insight grants the cruelty buff. So having her on the team with them gives them that ability. It's complicated armor and power rating, and then rivals some critical damage rating. Let us look at some of the tips for using Bwdo. Our tip 1 is, remember, you can get easy stuns. You're going to heavy counter the defender's heavies or specials. Bait a heavy or bait a special and be ready to counter with the heavy. Watch again here, we saw the heavy. Watch when I counter bait his special, I do a heavy and you see that stun up there. It allows me to go in there and get busy on him. Easy ways to get stuns right there without having to parry. Tip 2, punish falter champs and nodes by purposely missing the attack. I'll purposely cause the falter, I'll purposely miss an attack, and I'll purposely let him try to hit me with a basic attack. I can easily punish and take advantage of these falter champs or nodes by using the strategy. Watch again, I purposely got the falter, I purposely went and missed, and I purposely let him hit me with the basic attack. Again, as I mentioned before, be careful if they have a special attack, because you will not evade special attacks. I like to bait out the specials first before using this technique as much as possible. Otherwise, you got to be careful. We see those shocks going in, and I punished him after all this. Lots of good damage. Tip number 3, you want to build up 50 insights before using S3. Again, I showed earlier in the video how to get the insights, so if you're still not too sure, rewind a bit on the video, see how to build up the insights. Relatively easy. You can really do 7 per combo when timed correctly. Get up to the 50 relatively easy. You really want to get up as high as possible, preferably 50 before doing the S3, because that's going to be more cruelty. For every 5 of those, you get 1 cruelty. If you're maxed at 50, you're going to get 10 cruelty, which means a lot more damage, critical fun going on. Go ahead and punish after this. So you're going to see a lot of DOT going on. We see those shocks going in. We'll see, especially if I get insights going as well, can get a lot of damage. Tip number 4, let me show you this whole good rotation that I like. I like to get up to my 50 insights, kind of as part of the past tip I showed you. I like to get to S3. Keep doing combos. If you get combos with insight going on, that's even better. But the main thing is you want to get to S2 as quickly as possible. Based on that, you want to get to that S2 while you still have those 10 cruelty up from the 50 inside S3. So we had the 50 insights, we did the S3, so that converted to 10 cruelty. Now I'm doing my hits, getting my power up as quick as possible. You see the timer on the 10 cruelty. I want to be at the S2 before those cruelty wind up. about 30 seconds or so, so I have plenty of time as long as I play fairly decent. It's not very hard to get to S2 in time. You'll see, get to the S2, I got the 10 cruelty, we got all those debuffs going on, and launch that S2, and you just see damage numbers flying all over the place here. Good luck keeping track with all that craziness. Lots and lots of damage there, and continue there. I hope you like this tutorial. Don't forget to click the top left icon, subscribe to MCOC Al Bundy Rules, turn those notifications on, check out my playlist. I got a little something for everyone. I got over 60 champ tutorials there. I got walkthroughs of all kinds of different content. I got tips, tricks, and strategies, massive damage. I got all kinds of goodies. Thanks for watching.